Hello and welcome to Core with Core. Today we have a quick exercise. All you will need is a soft surface. There will be no equipment with this exercise. So whenever you're ready, you're going to meet me on a soft surface lying down on your back. All right, lying all the way down on your back, making sure your head is completely down and it is flat since we will be starting with bridging today. But first, we're going to just start with those knee sways, trying to locate our neutral. Just sway those knees side to side. Feeling the rocking on that bone underneath us. That is our sacrum bone. We're just navigating a place we feel balanced from east to west on it. So maybe make those sways a little bit smaller. When you find that place, you're gonna hold still. We're gonna switch to pelvic rocking, hands on hip bones. Feel those hip bones come up towards the rib cage. Reach those hip bones back towards the thighs. And repeat, moving that full pelvis up towards the rib cage and then releasing it back to your thighs. A few more here, making them smaller and smaller. Finding that neutral, finding that place of balance from north to south. All right, when we are ready, we can place our palms down onto the mat below us. We're gonna walk your heels in towards your glutes just a little bit so you have some support here and some lift. I want you to make sure that those heels are hip distance apart. They're not too wide, not too narrow. Pressing into those hands, we're going to lift through those glutes, squeezing them the entire way. Come to that top position. Keep that neutral spine. Make sure you're not arching too high up or too low down. You want that squeeze in the glutes, but no arching in the back. Lower tap mat, come right back up. And repeat. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, lower. So right now we're doing a flat back hinge, so keeping that back flat the entire time. If you would like to give yourself a little massage on your next one, I'm gonna move my hand so you can see it. You are going to stack one vertebrae at a time, rolling that spine all the way up. And then stack one vertebrae at a time, glutes come down last. And repeat, rolling that torso up to the sky and releasing all the way back down. Should feel really good on that back. Otherwise, stick with that flat back hinge. You're here for 6, 5, last 4, 3, going for 2. And last one, let's hold the hips nice and high, finding that squeeze in those glutes. We're just pulsing up an inch and down an inch, keeping that back straight. We exhale, lift, inhale, lower for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself all the way back down. Great job. Let's hug those knees and give a quick reset. And then we're gonna go into a wide stance. So you're now gonna have those feet at a beyond hip stance. You're now gonna have those feet a little bit wider than we had them before. So finding that wide stance, pressing those hands down, making sure the head is all the way down. We're gonna lift those glutes all the way up, feeling a different type of tension in the glutes now when we come up. Lower back down. You're gonna feel those hamstrings involved as well. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And again, you have that option. You stick with that flat back hinge, or if you like that rotation on that spine, then we can add that in, stacking one vertebrae at a time, coming up, and then lowering one vertebrae at a time, coming back down. Sometimes that can feel really good on your back if you feel like your back is a little sore from the day before. Each time you lift, exhale, and then inhale to lower. Keep tucking that rib cage down, holding that belly button in and up. We have 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. That's right, we hold in sky, we pulse up an inch, down an inch, exhale and inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way back down, hug those knees, quick reset. We're switching it up. We're gonna go into single leg work here. So we're going to have our right leg up to the sky to start. Left heel is pushed in towards those glutes. Heads down, hands down. Exhale, lift, find that squeeze in that left glute. Inhale, lower. And repeat. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, lower. Feeling that thigh fire up on that left side, as well as that left glute. Sometimes these can be tricky on your back. If you do not want to advance to this movement, I want you to drop that right foot back down. Continue with those regular narrow stance glute bridges. On our next one, we're going to hold nice and high, staying there, using that core to help us on this. We're going to flex our foot lower, point to come back up. Flex to lower, point to lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left arm comes extended. Right foot stays to sky. We lower that right foot, and now when you come up, I want you to find a crunch, tapping that right foot. Lower everything back down. Exhale, tap. Lower back down. Keep that back straight. Keep that core in. It will help you stay stable for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stick with me. Hold that leg to sky. Replace that left hand back down. Pulse up an inch, down an inch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Give that leg a hug. Expand it all the way out. Give the other leg a hug. And expand it all the way out. Let's find that positioning on the right side now. So right foot stays down, left foot comes to sky. Exhale, reach that left foot all the way to the ceiling. Lift those hips up. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower back down. And again, if this single leg work is not for you, I want you to go into a wide stance this time and practice those. That will help you build this foundation. Last 3, 2, and 1. Holding here, flex foot lower, point to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Use that core. Feel like you're knitting those abdominals into the center line of the body, helping you stay stable and tight. Last 3, 2, whew, this is spicy. You got it. We're here for 1. Hold that leg up. Extend that right arm out. Lower that leg. Find that crunch. Lower that leg. Find that crunch. You got it. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that leg to sky. Lower that hand. Pulls up an inch, down an inch. You got it. Last part. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Hug those knees in. Give yourself a nice little sway. Whew. Those glutes should be awake by now. And we'll get ready for some side planks. So we're gonna come all the way up onto our glutes. We're gonna rest down onto our hand. I will mirror you, so I'll have you start with your left side. So your left palm is all the way down. You wanna make sure it's underneath your shoulder. We're gonna stack those legs underneath us. And we're gonna find our high side plank. We're gonna exhale, bend all the way down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come back up. Make sure those hips are parallel to me. They're facing me the entire time. The top hip is stacked on top of the bottom hip. Feeling that extension on that low oblique closest to the mat. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to come all the way out. Quick rest, drop down to your forearm. Otherwise, you stay nice and high. We're gonna find that crunch. We're gonna reach that top arm all the way out, nice and long. Find that crunch. Straighten back out. Find your crunch again. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it all the way down. Take a quick rest. All right, we are gonna come back up to that high plank, going into those rocks again. Coming up nice and tall, reaching that arm nice and long. You're gonna find that crunch. straighten back out, and repeat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to hold in that side plank. We're wrapping our waist. Come back tall. Wrap the waist. Come back tall. Adjust those hips. Make sure they're facing me. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold nice and tall. Pulls those hips up an inch, down an inch. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping down. Take that stretch. Great job. Let's go on to our other side. All right, dropping down onto your right hand now. Finding that high plank position. Make sure that shoulder is over that wrist. We bend to find that crunch. We come back up and repeat. Keep those hips even towards me. Each time you lower, and each time you lift. For 3, 2, and 1. Staying here or dropping down to that forearm. Find that side plank real quick. We reach that arm, we crunch. We straighten back out and crunch. You got it. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping all the way down. Going into that mermaid stretch on the other side. All right, we're ready for those rocks again. So coming all the way up to that high plank one more time, we find that bend in those knees. We straighten back out to that side plank. Find that bend, straighten back out. For 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Straighten all the way out. Wrap the waist. Come back tall. You got it. Last part of the exercise. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift hand. Pulse the ceiling. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping all the way down. Take that stretch. Whew. I feel like side planks are always so humbling, but I know you did great. All right, we are gonna come to all fours on our knees and our hands, facing in one direction. We're just gonna take some cat-cows here to release that back. So I want you to arch your spine, look up, and then round your spine, lower down. And repeat, arching and looking up, rounding and lowering down. Last 2. And last 1. Rounding that spine one last time. And then finding that neutral. So keeping that belly button in towards the spine. Lowering ribcage down to hips. Keeping the back entirely flat to start. We're gonna go into some bird dogs, staying in a flat back. So I want you to extend your right leg all the way out behind you. Lower that hip down towards the mat. And then I want you to extend your left arm all the way out. So opposite leg out, opposite arm out. You're gonna pull that elbow in to touch that knee, keeping your back flat here. Straighten all the way back out. Bring that elbow in. Straighten back out. Working that back body here. Keeping the back nice and flat to start. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna add that round spine now. So I want you to round your spine as you lower that elbow down to that knee. This time you have that connection. You shoot all the way back out. And repeat. Getting those back muscles involved here. For 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Shoot everything out. We pulse to sky. We exhale, lift, inhale, lower. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower that hand all the way back down. Let's find some Pilates push-ups on this side. And lower that chest down towards that mat. Lift back up, keeping that right leg nice and long behind you. Lower your chest. Come back up. I want those elbows in towards the rib cage, going into those triceps. You got it. We're here for 5, 4, last 3, 2. On your last one, we're gonna hold down at that halfway point, pulse through those triceps, up an inch, down an inch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up, drop that right knee down, separate those knees, reach back, sit into that child's pose. All right, we are gonna come back up to that all four position. We're gonna switch sides now. So I want you to extend that left leg out nice and long, keeping that left hip down. We're gonna extend that right arm out nice and long. Keep back flat to start. You're gonna bend into chest, straighten back out, and repeat. Keep that back nice and flat. Keep pulling your belly button in and up. Lower that rib cage down to those hip bones. For 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Let's round that spine. Elbow touches knee, reach back out, repeat. Last 3, 2, and 1. Reach that arm all the way out, pulse to the ceiling, up an inch, down an inch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that hand, keep that leg raised, tricep push up again. Lowering with that chest, come back up, keep those elbows in tight towards that rib cage. Leg stays nice and long behind you. For 5, 4, last 3. Keep lowering that hip down towards the mat. Make sure the left hip is not lifting. And hold for this last one. We pulse up an inch, down an inch for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that knees, separate them, sit back, take that child's pose. All right, peel yourself all the way back up. We've made it to the final part of class. So we're gonna go into our downward dog to start. Shooting those hips to sky, lowering those heels down towards that mat. And then we're gonna ripple ourselves forward, finding that high plank. 2 mountain climbers here. I want you to draw one knee in, straighten back out, draw the other knee in, and then lift those hips back up to that downward dog. And repeat, lowering yourself, rippling up to that high plank. Draw one knee in, then the other. Come back up. And then we repeat. Let's do a wide knee. So I want your knee to come towards your right elbow. Come back out. Towards left elbow. Come back out. Shoot back up. And repeat for 4. Last 3. 2. And last one, I want you to draw just that right elbow in. Lower it down towards the wrist. Come back up. Lowering down to wrist. Come back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoot back up to that downward dog. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We bring that left elbow in. We lower and lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Catch your breath real quick here, and then we're gonna finish off with some fast mountain climbers. Ripple yourself forward, find that high plank, drive those knees in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoot back up, drop those knees, take that child's pose. All right, we're gonna make our way back up to that downward dog just so we can go into our pigeon stretch. So I want you to bring that right leg up to sky, lower it in towards that right elbow. Maybe you sit down onto those hips, you stay nice and tall here, or if you can, you come down to those forearms for a deeper stretch. Great job. If you're on those forearms, come back up to those hands. You're going to tuck the back toes, bring that right knee back in, lower down to your downward dog again. Let's kick that left leg up to sky now. Bring it towards the left elbow. Lower the foot all the way down, staying nice and tall on your hands or dropping down to those forearms. Great job. Let's come back up to those hands. One more downward dog. Reaching those hips up nice and high, shooting those heels down to the ground. Maybe you can touch the ground with them. And then we'll come back to our high plank. Drop those knees one at a time, and you are done. Great job, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss another workout with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.